Aloha and welcome to Live at the Legislature. I'm Jill Kuramoto. Every week we sit down with Hawaii senators to talk about the events and the issues that are happening within the Senate during this legislative session. And this morning we are joined by Senator Brickwood Galutaria. Senator Galutaria represents District 12, which encompasses Waikiki to Ala Moana to Kaka'ako and Mo'ili'ili. And Senator Galutaria is the Majority Caucus leader. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Mahalo.
Now, I know we're about a little more than halfway through this legislative session, and this is where the bills head into conference. Yeah. So the House and the Senate work together to come up with a bill that everybody agrees upon.
I like that. The House and Senate work together.
Work together.
I like that thought.
But this is when things can get pretty dicey, pretty dramatic, kind of emotional.
Yeah.
But tell us about what happens during conference that makes this a critically important part of the bill making process.
Oh, you know, once we go through the process of, first quarter, as an example, a metaphor. First quarter, both houses have their bills introduced and work it. Then the second quarter, things begin to fall off the table and things begin to harden. And then we get to the halfway point, things switch over, we go through the same process again. So people, when you introduce a bill, unless it's by a request of a constituent, it means a lot to you. I mean, every bill that's introduced means a lot to everybody, right? But when you're coming into this part of the session and things begin to harden, and then, we need to look across the table to our colleagues in the House and say, okay, we really need this, and they really need that, so how do we make this happen? And it's all about quality of life, maintaining quality of life, ensuring that the Hawaii that we have today continues, and we try and make it better. So we're going to be coming into the conference time now, where we actually, literally, physically sit across from the table from each other, and we hash it out. And a lot of people live for these moments, right? Personally, I mean, every moment is a great moment here at the legislature, but yeah, we're coming into the fourth quarter now, and we'll see where everything goes. We've got a lot of great bills, a lot of interesting bills. We cleared out from both chambers the our choice bill, right, which gives people another option on end of life, and we feel that's one of our big accomplishments this particular session. But we've still yet got a lot to go. We've got all the human service bills, we've got the education bills. And so we'll see where it goes. Right.
Well, let's just talk about just a few of them. There's the Senate Bill 3070, the teacher stipend program, which establishes a incentive funding to increase the teacher shortage, to address the teacher shortage.
Yeah, and keep the current crop of teachers here in Hawaii too. So this is something that both the Senate and the House have agreed on. And so we want to get this up to the governor's desk as soon as possible so that he can sign it. I think that if anything, well, the biggest part of our budget process over the years has been education. It's been now surpassed by human services, unfortunately, but it still is, one of the biggest things that we can offer to our community is good education. And also, I mean, if you're going to say lawyers, doctors, Indian chief, I think maybe teachers should be in that mix too, right?
So this is absolutely. Okay, and then there's the Senate Bill 1290, transient accommodations tax, it allocates funding to HTA to address homelessness in tourism and resort areas.
Yeah, we're reappropriating much of the funding that came to HTA because we want HTA to concentrate on the marketing aspect of it. Yet we still feel that we need to polish the jewel, if you wish, and so that would include taking care of our homeless population. And see, because Waikiki is my district, as an example, right? And several years ago, when we first began here in the Senate, we noticed that Waikiki, there was a big proliferation of homelessness in Waikiki. And some unintended consequences come from the fact that you close off the parks at night, right? Say Kapi'olani Park as an example. Right. So what happened was, like, an air in the balloon, boom, you squeeze it, go someplace else. For the Waikiki community, the homeless would go to the beach where they'd be moved by the state police, because that's a state jurisdiction, into the sidewalks. and that's a city jurisdiction. So later on in the night, they'd be moved out of the sidewalks, the pavilions in Waikiki as an example, right?
Right.
And so we needed to work on that, and that's a tourist destination, so obviously we're going to reappropriate some of that towards homelessness, some of the taxes, TAT.
Right. Well, okay, we'll keep an eye on both of those measures. But let's talk about something else. I know Thursday is Kupuna Power Day.
Yep.
We are now in our 6th year for this event. It's free,
Incredible.
it's open to the public. But this is an extra special year.
Yeah, it is an extra special year. That's because when we first started this particular program, some of us weren't Kupuna, but some of us are now. We are moving into the 6th year of Kupuna Power Day, which means we want to empower Kupuna one session at a time, because it's strategically meant to be around this time when we go into conference. So the legislatures, all of the colleagues can say, okay, Kupuna in the house, right? And so it's a day to educate, a day to entertain. We're going to get Danny Kalekini, Marlene Tsai. We just recruited Melvin Lead. It's like a senior resource fair with bling, right? So we got
Star power, absolutely.
education, a little exercise. And then this year is extra special because we've decided to dedicate the entire event to Senator Daniel Kahikina Akaka. And in his passing, we lose a very, very special Aloha statesman. But his memory and his aloha is with us now. And each year, for the past several years, we've given away the Kahikina Award. And he's joined us every year to give it to the recipient. Recipients that included Carol Kai, Senator Susie Chan Oakland,
Right.
AARP. This year we have the senior ombudsman, John McDermott, and Alana Meal on Wheels going to be receiving it. And he'll be here with us in spirit. And because of our dedication of the event to him, it's become an official year of the Hawaiian event. And so we're really, really proud. Well, we're certainly going to miss Uncle Danny.
Right.
You know.
He was a fixture here during Kupuna Power Day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People would look forward to, once he comes walking in the house, star power, right? Talk about Kupuna star power. That was Senator Akaka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so again, it's free, it's open to the public, and it starts at 9 o'clock here
Yep.
at the Capitol.
The senior resource fair, the tables will probably open about 8:30 rather. Then we'll start playing some music. I get to play music with my pals. And then we'll start the program at 9 o'clock. Representative Jackie Young is also going to join us. She's Dr. Jackie Young. She's going to talk about the biggest ism of them all, ageism. So that's going to be part of our conversation that day.
And this really is open to, it's focused on seniors, but it is open to everyone of all ages. Is that right?
Generations of aloha. I think it's important. Kupuna Power is also being able to empower your mo'opuna and your sons and daughters as to what they may be getting, as they move through life into the golden years.
We all have somebody that we
Silver
love.
tsunami. Golden years, silver tsunami. But there's a whole bunch of things that you can learn. And by the way, the first 200 people who are going to be there get a free Kupuna Power bag.
Oh, sold. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So again, that's Thursday here at the State Capitol. Thank you, Senator Galataria, for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us.
Aloha.
And thank you for watching Live at the Legislature. We'll see you next week.